Coach Danielle here. So, y'all, listen. If you're boggled, that's my way of saying confused about this whole social media game. Let me tell you, you're not by yourself. This social media struggle is a real thing. It's a real thing. You're not making it up. You're not tripping. This social media struggle is for real. I'm having a webinar tomorrow to kind of help you guys sort it out. bit.ly/ social trends with a Z 2022. And let's just be honest, social media has changed tremendously and keeps changing at the speed of light. And the average business owner who is really working a business is having a hard time keeping up with all of these changes. I mean, it really just is overwhelming. And every year, just when you think it's safe to go back into the water, just when you think you got a handle on what to really do, something different comes along. And now you back topsy turvy, figure out how to make this happen. So, I mean, if that sounds like you're not by yourself. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, this whole mass exodus, people quitting their jobs. There's more people on the internet now offering their products and services than ever before. Way more people than ever before, which means there's way more competition. But that also means content. And people are consuming content at an unprecedented rate. People are watching 100 videos a day that don't mean anything to them. So where before people may watch your videos and follow you and eventually they may try your product, now people are just watching video. And they may comment, they may like, but they don't necessarily take any action with the content. So for the person that's been out here on social media, trying to offer their product, trying to offer their service, that means your content has to be way more creative, way more informative, way more sustainable than ever before. That means you have to up your social media game literally through the roof. And I know you're gonna agree if you think about how many people are on TikTok scrolling and not really activating, not really doing anything, just consuming content. And the content is next level. It's entertaining, it's funny, people want to laugh. So here you are competing with cat videos and dog videos like never before. But there's still hope. You just have to know where to spend your time, where to spend your energy for you and your brand. What works best? Every app is not created equally. Every platform is not for you. You got to really say to yourself, what am I going to do to set myself apart on social media? And if not, you're going to look just like everybody else. And that's the truth of the matter. So bit.ly/social trends 2022 tomorrow morning. We're going to be working to get ahead of the trends. That's another thing that we have to do differently. We can't wait until the rubber meets the road and then say, "Oh, let me get on board." You really have to have a plan for your social media going into the new year. You got to have a plan on how you're going to show up, where you're going to spend your time, what are you going to do every day. You cannot possibly, without an amazingly large team, master creating content for all of these platforms, because all of these platforms are super different. And the content that people consume on these content, hey Ladavia, on these platforms are super different. So not only do you have more competition, you have more space. It's some apps out there that I don't even know about. Now I don't do any Snapchat at all. I'm just now getting into reels. There's just so many things. And you're almost like, oh my God, we're all resistant to change anyway. So if you're resistant to change, you're probably like, okay, where am I gonna spend my time? What am I gonna do? But in the meantime, the ship is leaving the dock. I mean, it's more platforms than ever before, and all of them are packed full of people. But are they buying your stuff, and are you positioned to be the best person? What makes your brand the brand that they want to buy from? And even content. Let me tell y'all something about courses. Everybody got a class. Everybody got a course. People are coursed out. People are coursed out. So you got to say to yourself, what can I do to stand apart? And that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow morning, bit.ly/social trends, TRENDZ 2022. This whole need to create more content, if you're not doing it correctly, is going to take you more time. So you're spending more time and literally getting less people interested. You're spending more time, but the people who may have been interested in the past have 1,000 other things to look at now. Where it used to be just a few people creating content, now you got the children creating content. You got the grandmamas creating content. You got the pets creating content. It's just a never-ending battle. And so you got to figure out a way in the midst of all of that, how to make your content the content that people come and people use. So, without spending all your day doing nothing but creating content. Because if you spend your whole day creating content, when do you serve your clients? If you spend your whole day creating content, when do you work in your industry? When do you get anything else done? So you gotta have some type of method for the madness. And if you haven't already registered, go to bit.ly/social trends 2022. So you can start making a plan. That's one thing that has not changed on social media. The one thing that remains the same is if you're consistent. Oh yeah, you compete with the cats and the dogs, baby. You compete with the wildlife, the bears and the deers. Oh baby, you competing on social media with the turtles crossing the street. You are in competition with even the roadkill. It's at that point where people will do anything in order to get views, but views don't always get you clients. Views don't always get you somebody who is gonna watch your brand and follow your brand. So we even have to change our expectation of what we're gonna do on social media in order to stand up and stand out. So bit.ly/social trends 2022. We've got to sit and come up with a plan, because that's another thing, the consistency. We're in a time where the discipline and the consistency of you posting on social media has to be at an all-time high. And if not, you're gonna see the outcome. You're gonna see the results. So that's my word. I just wanted to get you guys a reminder out there. Make sure you register, join the group. Don't be late. We got a lot to talk about, and all of it is relevant to your next year being in business. So don't sleep on social media. It's still, in everything that we could say about social media, it still continues to be a free place for you to market your products and services. You still have the opportunity to be an influencer on these platforms. I think what's going to separate these businesses is the quality content. Everybody's creating content, but are they creating quality content? And what does quality content look like for you and your brand? How you show up, how your brand shows up, how you look online. All of those things are going to matter in the next year. And like I'm telling everybody, don't wait on the ball to drop to come up with a plan. Don't wait until, everybody now is looking for your product or service and you still don't have a real plan and a real strategy to address social media. I think a lot of people think because they post every day, they're social media experts. But the truth of the matter is, what is your outcome? And the outcome has a lot to do with your input. And are you really being honest with yourself about, okay, I'm putting all this out there, but what am I getting back in return? And what do I need to change? And you know where to change, but it's one of those things that if you're not adaptable in business, then you're going to look up and somebody else will be. You're up and the competition will be. And that's right. If you wait, you're going to get the same results as you've been getting on social media. And are you even measuring your results? Are you holding yourself accountable for measuring those results? I know we talked about this morning, how much time are you spending clocked in? How much time are you spending in front of clients, in front of customers on social media? It makes a difference. It makes a big difference. And don't be surprised if nowadays, because there is so much noise now, do I think it's going to be like that always? I think that when the newness wears off, when the novelty wears off, people are going to go back to doing what they were doing before. But for right now, it's a real thing. The competition is real. The jockeying for attention is real. But you got to measure what is important to you and your brand, because all brands are not created equal. And what works for one brand may not necessarily work for your brand. So that's why we're having this session, bit.ly/social trends with a Z 2022. Make sure you're registered. It's tomorrow morning, I think at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. You got to be able to look forward to say, what am I going to do with my time in the new year? And especially if what you're doing right now is not working or not working the way that you would to work. This is a session for you. Not sure what to do with your time, or even if you're overwhelmed, don't be one of those people that you're embarrassed to be overwhelmed. It is overwhelming. Social media is overwhelming. The climate is overwhelming. So you gotta figure out a way to make this small enough for you to digest so that you can continue to be successful. So I'm going to get out of here. I just want to give you guys a heads up. Make sure you register. Make sure you invite a friend. It's going to be a lot of information that we're going to be giving out, but hopefully you'll be able to sort through it and come up with the right plan for you. Love you guys, and I'll see you a little bit later tonight.